Hello and welcome to the railway. I've got 4 locos to show you today, so let's dive straight in. Over here on the far side we've got the Wrenn Cardiff Castle, and then we've got the Trying Hornby and Hornby Railways Albert Hall in the shiny finish, and we've got the pannier tank in the non-shiny finish from 1978, and we've got from 1978 again we've got this Evat 2MT, which you might think, you know, these are all Great Western. You think, well, what's he doing here? But he was in fact built in Swindon, and they built at Swindon the last 25 of these for British Railways, and they painted them green. And this one, the Hornby one, has actually been preserved, I believe. I'm not sure where it would be. I think it started out on the Gloucester and Warwickshire Railway, but there we go. It is somewhere out there, the actual real thing. So that's a nice one. So let's start with this little pannier tank, which way back in 1972 was released by Trying Hornby, and I used to have the original one, which had a very shiny finish, just like the Albert Hall has, but that's long gone, that one. This one I bought as a non-runner, and it had a track pin stuck in the armature. Luckily it didn't do too much damage, because it you know, after service it runs okay. So let's give that one a little burst of energy and see her running around the layout. I've got to say, that's a pretty smooth runner. Let's change that point. So she's got a Great Western refrigerator van, a London and South Western Railway coal truck, a Southern Railway cattle wagon, and a Great Western Toad on the back. So while she's happily going round, let's take a closer look at her as she's going round. Yep. Let's get, which one have we got the points set for? Yeah, the Wrenn Castle. So let's get her running. And she's got, she's in British Railways livery, and she's got 3 blood and custard carriages, as they would have been pulling on the Western region. They did use chocolate and cream on their name expresses, but mainly their rolling stock was the normal British Railways colours. And we got 2 smooth locos actually, because this one's got the Ringfield motor in the, you can see the cab. There it is, poking out there. It's quite a long horizontal motor, and it's got the Ringfield magnet thingy instead of a block magnet. So let's catch up with her around here. And we'll take a closer look, I think, in a minute. Let's just take a shot of her from the other side of the station. Excuse the noise. Here we go. Whee! And there's that one. let's have a close-up look. So here we are. That's Cardiff Castle. I'm not sure of the year. I've got the box, but it doesn't really say what year it was born. I would imagine the 70s sometime. So it's probably the original Hornby Doublo's loco that was most praised, I think, by the model railway press for its, you know, detail and plenty of rivets. The proportions are just about right. And although you might think the colour is a bit on the faded side, I've had a look at some colour photos from this era, and the castles did look like this. Probably not when they were freshly outshot. They were probably a bit darker, but you know, after they've been out in the sun and they've got a bit of dust on them, this is probably quite a true reflection of the colour. And this is the little pannier tank, the 87 XX series. Not a lot to say about this really. There's not much detail. It's all moulded on there. There's the brass, they're whistles. There's two whistles. So you can have a two-tone whistle with that, and the safety valve cover is a separate fitment as well. Apart from that, that's all one. That's one moulding. Oh, I suppose the buffers as well. They're plugged in. But a nice little model, that one. And so we shall move on to the Albert Hall, I think. Let's move this one back into the station. Very quiet motor. Right. And I think we'll move this one back into a siding, shall we? Okay, let's have a look at the Avat first of all, because he's the least noisy. It's the Albert Hall has got the chuff in the tender, so that makes quite a racket. So we'll have a look at this one first. He's got some horse boxes. He's got the Wrenn horse box, the Trying horse box, and the Lima horse box. Don't know where they're going, but I expect this sort of thing used to happen back in the day. After race meetings. Not a bad little runner, that one. As I said, that's from 1978, and I think it was released that year as well. I think it was new that year, or maybe the previous year, I'm not sure. No, I think 78 it was, yeah. The black one was in production way before that, I think 1973 or 4, but this one was fresh out in 1978, and this model is from that year. So let's have a look at the Albert Hall. Right, let's bring her to a nice spot round here and have a closer look. Let's move her along a bit. Hold on, about there. So, yeah, she's the shiny one, and absolutely immaculate finish on this model. You don't get much shinier than that. Yep, she's very nice. In the Great Western livery, and I've got some of those. These are Chinese ones. The clerestory, or I've heard people say clear story coaches. That's that bit on the roof there. When they used to use gas lighting, and underneath these, I think maybe you can pick out underneath there, they've got some cylinders for the gas, so they did quite a good job on these, Hornby. And yeah, nice graphics. That's the corridor side, and this is the compartment side. So yeah, I think when they made these, they kind of went to town. These came out, I think these came out in the 80s, these carriages. Yeah, if anyone knows how to pronounce clerestory or clear story, please let me know. I've heard it pronounced all sorts of ways. And let's have a look at the Evat. That's quite an expensive model when it came out, because of the detail on it. It came with a little detail pack and a crew. It's got quite authentic valve gear, well detailed, well painted by hand. These, you know, that's when they used to paint the boiler bands by hand, and the handrails were done by hand. In the Hornby factory in Margate. It's got cab glazing, bit of cab detail. It's got the authentic cab tender with the glazing in those windows as well. Is it going to focus? Yep, there we are. You can just about see them. And they've even put moulded little lumps of coal that have fallen over the edge of the coal load there. So great looking little locomotive that is, I think. And apparently it worked well as well, so everyone was pleased with that. Right, I think that's got to be the end of the video. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed that. 4 locos, eh? Action packed. Bye now.